Alrighty, here we are again today on Drinking Alone in the Dark. Da da da, because I am drinking alone in the dark, which is not sad, as I have had to tell a number of people. Today, I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite styles, aren't they all? The American Amber slash Red Ale. Specifically the Red Ale. The two beers I'm drinking today are Oregon Red Ales. The Southern Oregon Brewery Woodshed Red, and the Klamath Basin Brewing Company's Drop Dead Red Ale. By the by, I looked up Drop Dead Red Ale, and it was the third Drop Dead Red that I found. The third one. Now, the first one, there had been two previous beers, one actually in Oregon, that had been called Drop Dead Red. Yeah, so not great on the naming thing. But, you know, with naming beer, it's a hard task because, of course, there's so many beers that have great names, and you want to, you know, find your own, but not everyone does that research. Anyway, the Red Ale, or Amber Ale, in America, well, alright, so the Red Ale, there's a Flemish Red, which is a sour ale, there's an Irish Red, which is very smooth and malty, and then there's the American Red, which is that perfect cross between American malt and American hops. I mean, you've got your American hops, which of course is, usually high bittering and good aromatics, citrusy character, some florals, maybe some mint, various things. As long as it came out of OSU labs, it's fine. And maybe just a little bit roasty, just like a dash of roasted barley, just for color. You know, not to make it black, not to make it brown, just a little bit for color. Then some rich, caramely, honey-like malts, some toffee-like flavors, maybe some toasted flavors. All very appropriate for this style. But what really counts here is the balance. You cannot stress the balance enough. It's like a fat kid on a teeter-totter. It's no fun if it's not balanced. Oh, that's a good joke. Laugh, damn it! So, the first thing I am reviewing today is the Woodshed Red from Sob. S-O-B, which of course stands for Southern Oregon Brewery. This beer is made down in Southern Oregon, in a little town called Medford. Medford, Oregon, which of course arose from Bruce Campbell living there, or somewhere in that area. Maybe it's in Ashland, I don't know. It's an area of Oregon that no one talks about because they have a sales tax. So, the beer I'm drinking today, this one, right here, is what I'm doing. And it's got, thick rich head, it's light in color. Well, it's about medium in color, it's like light copper. Or maybe medium copper. Honestly, every beer I drink looks like the Midas touch because of the giant thumbprint that I put on it. Me having giant thumbs. A thick, white, foamy head that just doesn't quit. That's what my girlfriend used to say. Man, I mean, as soon as it's in your mouth, you get... There's that... I mean, it's a high toasted note, very dry. Perceived sweetness, a little bit like... not honey, but some low degree crystal malts. Hop, the hop aroma is not citrusy, but it is very present, and it is very, American style, and it's a very, very well balanced beer. This is something, the American Red Ale isn't something you want to drink last in an evening, because it's never the most overwhelming beer you have. It's the beer that gets you through the day. It's the beer that you sneak into work with you, and then drink, 3 pints of it through, the 4-hour workday. Of course, the 4-hour workday invented by the 23-year-old. The next beer I have for you today, Klamath Basin Brewing. A Drop Dead Red Ale. Brewed right down there in the Klamath, in Klamath Falls, Oregon, which I'm pretty sure is also Southern Oregon. So this is Southern Oregon Beer Day, Southern Oregon Red Beer Day. And so here's what that looks like. It's a darker beer than most ambers that you'll find, or most reds that you'll find. But it's also got really, I mean, it doesn't have perfect clarity, but it's got a really rich clarity. It's definitely like copper, but with the ruby garnet hues. You know, it's got the hues, and you really like the hues when you're drinking a beer that's got the malt forwardness. Now, see, this has the kind of hops that are, you know, really just a nice balance of hops. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't kick you in the face. There's not a lot of bitterness in right up in your nose. But then there's also a little bit of malt sweetness in there, which you like for balance, because that's what this style is about. Balance. Fat kids. Balance. You get it. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. These beers are wonderful. I mean, they have nothing wrong with them. I mean, it's a style where you don't hide flaws. It's not overwhelming. People have I haven't seen a lot of imperial versions of this, like a double red, because I mean, who the hell wouldn't just call that an IPA? It's a beer that's just really meant for sipping on and drinking with your friends, and when you don't have to be all snobbery about beer. It's just a really relaxing, it's like the common man's microbrew. It is a wonderful style of beer, because it doesn't rely on you knowing or having to know anything about beer to enjoy it. It's, oh, here's a beer. Hey, this beer is well, I mean, you don't have to say, oh, well, it's got roasted and toasted and honey and caramel and hops and citrus and yada yada. No, you just say, oh, this doesn't hurt my taste buds. It doesn't make me think too hard. It's just the thing that we don't have to drink, you know, cheap American lager anymore. We can take this to a party and everyone's going to enjoy it. And that's what's great about it. You can pair it with a bunch of different kinds of food, specifically barbecues. You can drink it pretty much any season. I mean, it's good in the winter because it's bitter, a little bit bitter. It's good in the summer because it's a little bit sweet. I mean, it's a little bit country, it's a little bit rock and roll. It's a great style of beer. And these were both great interpretations of that style of beer. So, American Red Ales, go and drink more of them. Same with the American Ambers, which I will do later, probably. And you know what? Just keep on drinking alone in the dark, because that's what we do here. We drink and we think, and maybe we do more of one of the other than we did the twice before, but that's okay. So, I will bid you adieu. I'm Will, and cheers.